We ready? Butch, would you lead us in the pledge?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome to our commissioner meeting. We'll ask for the minutes from our last meeting. We have a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes.
I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Claims? Ask for a motion to approve the claims.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? VSO report. Butch?
Thank you. Yes, we had quite a busy week, starting with the week of 6th of January. Of course, first 2 days was a little slower because the courthouse was closed because of the weather. But then when I come back on Wednesday, I had to catch up on a lot of phone calls, and I dealt with over 60 veterans that day on the phone and returning their calls and dealing with those that came in. It was interesting, but I did lose 3 veterans that week, local veterans, which was Joseph Richard Murdoch, Army veteran, Derek Dobbs Rice, Army veteran, which was Jeff Carter Jr., Army veteran. And so, thanks to our Memorial Fund, was able to purchase flowers for each of their services and assist with burial benefits for the family and things like that. But it's been good to be able to do those type things, and I appreciate the commissioners and council for allowing me to have that fund available to at least purchase flowers for our veterans when we pass. I don't have a whole lot of other things to report, other than glad we're back to work. And be glad when spring gets here.
Thank you, Butch. Thank you, sir.
So we have your job posted. So I know we've received a couple resumes in that, and that was just posted in-house, Melissa.
For the first 5 days,
And then after that, we'll post it to the newspaper, or
however you want me to do it.
how do you normally do it?
We usually already have enough people, so.
Oh, okay. All right,
I have appointments booked out to the 18th of February
okay.
already, so hurry up.
All right. Health Department,
Yeah, we'll start out with, we've got our,
come up here and join us, please.
Okay, that's another thing, I'm glad you said that, Jim, because the video that we now have, if you're going to speak, you need to come to the podium so we can make sure, and then you need to say who you are and what department, so it gets all recorded.
All right, my name is Mindy Spinks, and I'm with the Health Department. I am the registrar/office manager. And we'll start out with, I submitted the December reports from the food, sanitarian, and from the nurses ahead of time, so I don't know if you have any questions or any discussion about that.
Everybody okay with them?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
All right, and then the second thing that we would like to ask, we would like to ask for a social media proposal for the health department to have a Facebook page that would be read only. And the nurses, Ashley and Haley, would like to oversee that. And I believe we submitted you a paper that has what would be positive about it in order for us to be able to post clinics, maybe post recalls, anything like that that the public would just need general information on.
Yeah, so I'm a nurse from the public health department. So we kind of just put on here that kind of like the goals, putting like a social media platform that could increase our vaccination numbers, our lead numbers. We started some more like vaccine events. So we're going to Dale every month, but because we don't really have a good way to get it out there, we haven't had a lot of interest in it. I'm hoping that if I can post it on social media, I might be able to get more of like the northern folks. They're not having to come all the way down to the southern part of the county. I just know that some of the clinics have reached out saying it's hard for them to come all the way down to us. So I figured if we can use social media and get that kind of out there.
So where at in Dale are you doing this once a month?
The public library, so they're letting us rent a room for free, so I think the first Wednesday of every month, we're going up to Dale, and then we're gonna offer, vaccines to start out, but we'd like to kind of expand and do more like TB tests and lead tests, just to kind of help that population and see if we can get more interest from that, so it's kind of a goal. And then we thought like maybe possibly for like if job postings for the health department, that way kind of, we can get more of a broader, like people, see if we can get from outside of our county versus just people that follow us on Facebook, just like our personal profile, so that's just kind of what we were thinking. We just wanted to come and ask your permission first before we started it.
And it would be read-only. so
Yeah, we were turning off all
making
comments, yeah.
Making comments at any time.
I mean, I think it's a great idea. I think the one point that you did just mention that people from outside of our county are welcome to receive these benefits that you're offering. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I like your, on the sheet, it says proactive, reactive.
Yeah.
I agree with all those. I'll make the motion that we.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you, ladies.
thanks, girls.
All right, and then the last thing we'd like to discuss, if you wanted to bring up the combination of the environmental health inspector with the building inspector position. The health board reviewed the job description, and in the environmental health responsibilities, they wanted to remove anything that had to do with the foods because we have a food sanitary that takes care of all that. So I believe it was like the third and last bullets was removed, and I have a copy of that if you want a copy of it, but everything else remained the same with what's on there.
I have looked at the job description and I approve, or I'll make a motion to approve the job description,
Okay.
which,
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
well, I would like to add just a little bit that,
Well, yeah, we'll need to know, what are you all thinking as far as posting? We'll go ahead and post the position.
I would like to make sure that we can get the funds in place first.
Okay.
If that makes sense,
So
because
go
if we
to
don't
the-
have the funds, then we can't have the position.
So I guess I will ask for the motion to post this with funding available.
once it's approved through the council.
Yes.
Yes.
I will second that motion. Are you asking for me
I'm
to
asking
motion?
for a motion.
I will motion
And
that
I'll wait
we,
a second.
And we have the second. All right.
but
All
what
those
I
in
would like to
favor?
ask first is, we want to clarify that this position, part will report to the health department and the other part will report to the commissioners. So it's like a joint effort
Yes.
of the position.
Correct.
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Thank you very much. Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
Are you going to be at the council meeting this evening? to-
Yes.
Okay.
Sheriff's Department.
Things are going well at the Sheriff's Department. We are actively installing the body scanner. They think it'll be installed by either close of business today or close of business tomorrow. Haven't heard of when the training will start on that, but it should be soon after that. We should be able to get all that done, have that up and running. And then, since this is the first meeting of the year that I'm come to, is last year you all allowed me to request to put in for grants that did not have a cost match. For instance, it was like a Casey's grant for like $500. And last year you gave me a blanket that if the grant was small and didn't have a cost match, that I wouldn't have to come and ask for each individual one. So I was asking for that same courtesy this year, if I could have the authority to put in for those grants that didn't have any type of cost match.
I'll make a motion that we approve the grant approval blanket going forward for 2025.
Right, we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Thank you,
you all.
Sheriff.
Do you still send us a copy of each grant so we have it on file, or how do we do that?
If we get monies, like with everything through the auditor's office, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, Highway Department.
I have a couple things here for the highway department. One, I had a request from a couple different people that were asking about a county road 75 East. by the old 231 and County Road 400 North. They were asking about closing that section of road. There's no houses on it, but it's a good dumping ground. And we've had a lot of people call and ask us to go pick up trash and things, but it's just a little cut through between County Road 400 North and the old 231, like I said, there, right there by the power plant. And they were requesting to see if we could bring it to you all to see about closing that little section of road, maybe stop that.
I mean, there's 2 other roads right by it that go the same way, so it's just another gravel road that really we have no,
It's about 1,800 feet, is all it is. I mean, it's nothing, we grade it every now and then, but it doesn't get very much traffic.
what, do you need a motion on that, Dale?
I would say that you would have to
Yeah.
make a motion for that.
I'll ask for a motion for the closing of that road.
Is this like a long-term closure or?
So we're
I mean,
removing
we've got-
it from
Just
our
remove it from the
NVH.
inventory. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Does it, does that affect any type of funding
Not that
we get?
much.
Small,
That right
small
there
drop.
would be, you wouldn't notice it.
Normally, we take these recommendations from the highway department. If they feel that it's something that is viable, then he brings it to the commissioners and, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. You wanna make-
Yep, I'll make a motion that we close 75 East.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second,
All those in favor?
aye.
All those opposed?
And then the other road that I have, 2160 North, up there off of 1360 East there in St. Leonard. We've had a lot of problems, a lot of call-ins on that road, as you all are well aware of. Don't really know what to do with that. We've taken rock up, as of November, we have taken 8 loads of rock, and it's equaled up to $3,405.54. Because what's going on, people are using that as a go-around where they're working on that bridge there on 62 there to Perry County and Spencer County line. So there's a lot of traffic coming through that little portion of the road and a lot of ruts and things like that. And I really can't do very much with it right now with the temperatures. You can't really haul rock as cold as it is. I mean, it can freeze up in the truck. Once things kind of break, we can go back in and work it and put some rock on it. But, I mean, I don't know what you all want to do going forward on this.
I'd say it's just gonna have to
I don't
do
know.
exactly what you just said. We'll have to wait till it clears out, clears up.
So-
We'll have to regrade it.
Well, the
and
one
get it-
positive thing, is it froze back up, and I mean, that helped out right now, but
But I'm assuming if it's a rut, it froze the rut, so now you're driving.
kind of driving over it or beside it, right?
Have we had any communication with Perry County and what?
Well, I talked to Steve Howe, their superintendent,
Yeah.
and he's told people that, he's had a bunch of calls too, and they're trying to take care of their section there. I think, what is that, Copper Road, I believe is what that is. They've put rock down too, but he's tried to explain to people, you really can't spread rock right now, and, I mean, they're trying to keep their end up also, but
So what we could do is reach out to NDOT and see if we can make this an unofficial detour. And then if that is the case, they can help with the cost back to the road.
And in the past, I mean, we haven't really done very much to it, just like that little short section there. We've kind of put a little bit of rock on it here and there over the past, but just basically you work the road and that's good enough.
So today you're wanting to make a motion to close the road temporarily until,
I wanted to check with you all first. I mean, people need to get to that, there's a dairy farm there, and I mean, people use that to kind of,
I don't see how we can close the road.
I don't know what the answer would be.
I mean,
on
if
that.
it's-
well, what is your recommendation for continuing to just haul rock out there?
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, every gravel road we got is getting ready to fall through, period.
I could reach out to NDOT and see if I could get some help there on that.
I mean, I think that we should reach out to NDOT and get listed as it is max district.
Right, yes, ma'am.
And my recommendation would be to go with NDOT and get it listed as an unofficial detour because they're gonna keep using it.
And I don't know how long that bridge will be down. I don't know for sure. I could go back and try to find out, but weather-wise, I don't know how that's gonna go.
Why don't you just find out and then give us a report back at our next meeting?
Okay, I can do that if you're all okay with
Well,
that.
I think that our next meeting is 2 weeks away, and between now and then and thawing, we're just gonna keep getting the same complaints. So until our next meeting, what would your plan be
Well,
with waiting for this information?
Let me reach out to NDOT and see what they can do, but I mean, if it thaws out and we have to do it, we'll just put rock on it
So you're just,
Nothing needs an action, like,
until
he
we
can just do business as usual.
yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
What is your business as usual?
That's what I would do at the moment, and see if we can get some help with it. So, I don't think we need to really close that down, like I said, since you have a farm there and people use that.
So can you, make people aware of when they have a complaint, they need to contact the highway department?
Yes.
And just
Email,
they
call.
can call the number of the Spencer County Highway Department.
Yes, ma'am. And like I said, I've had people in Prairie County call too and say, hey, can you do, I mean, I can't do anything with that. I mean,
Tell them to buy a house.
Right. I mean, if there was a tree there on the
Go
line,
across
yeah,
the
we'd take
line.
care of it. If we had a piece of equipment there, but, yeah.
So what is the plan for this road once this thaws out? I don't know what the plans
We're
are
gonna
later
go
in
ahead
this
and work
week.
it and get it in shape.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
It's, it's like I said, you just got so much traffic coming from that bridge and detour there, and it's just
Well, I know
causing a lot of issues.
it's a very narrow path. It's
Right.
not a 2-lane road, so
Yeah, it's very.
when people are traveling to go to work or pick up students, it's not a super highway.
And you gotta be
So I don't know
careful
if
there.
we need to put caution.
I could
one-lane
run some
road.
I could run some signs up there, we could do that also, some caution signs. I mean, that would.
How long is that little stretch from 1360 to the Perry County line?
1,380 feet.
80 feet, yeah, 86 feet. Where'd that number come from?
Dale gave me that number earlier. It's not even a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, it's not even. So I'll continue right now unless something, and I'll see if I can reach out to NDOT and see. if
Well, I appreciate you looking into this. Yeah, if we could just call NDOT, tomorrow, and they'll help us with this.
Thank you all, that's all that I have.
I just wanted to suggest that you might want to take, if you haven't yet, take some photographs, really document the condition. If you see ruts, take that. If you have, see cars going down that are overload over the sides, and, anything you can document will help with NDOT to get it to be an unofficial detour.
Appreciate it.
All right, planning commission.
Okay, I guess y'all have your reports. For December, we didn't have a bad month for building permits. I was kind of surprised with the holidays and everything. So we still had over $1 million in just house builds, which is pretty good. And then you see accessories and remodels or additions, and the cell tower, which was, they were just doing some upgrades to it. So, over the year for '24, we had $9.2 million in residences built. It's pretty good. Over $3 million in garages, pole barns, that type of thing. $1.2 million with additions and remodels. The cell towers was over $300,000. So we've had a pretty good year. The duplexes for the whole year was $1.8 million. For the year of 2024, there were 32 houses built in the unincorporated parts of the county. And there were 69 accessory buildings. So we are getting more people, getting more stuff here, so. And so far this month's been a little slow, but it's also been,
Yeah, gee, I wonder why.
crappy weather. But I have done stuff like pole barns and accessory things, not so much houses yet, but we are still doing that.
Okay, and you needed
I need a person.
Okay, I've got Nick Figure contacted me, and he wants to be, and he will accept that board. So I guess I'll ask for a motion.
I'll make that motion that we appoint Nick Bigger to the BZA.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Do you have his contact information, Jim?
Yeah, I should have it.
Or can you just text me or something?
Okay,
Do
yeah.
you care to send the contact information to all of the planning,
For all the board members?
all of the board members for name, phone number, email, back to the 3 commissioners? And is that only for the BZA or is that,
Both of them. I have
do you mind to do it for both?
I have both of them now. BZA, the 2 members have emails, the other ones don't do anything through email. Nick might, I don't know about him yet. But everybody on the planning commission except for one person, he likes old fashioned mail and phone call type thing.
But none of, even though they don't utilize it, they don't have one?
I don't know if the one that doesn't use it has one or not, he wanted to check it, so if he's wasting time sending it, 'cause he's not gonna look at it probably,
Okay.
so.
All right, thank you. I see our prosecutors here. Do you need,
No, I don't have anything on specifically on the agenda, but I did want to let you all know that I was here last month for the grant for the courtroom equipment, and we found out that we were granted all the money we requested, so we got $40,000 to upgrade the equipment in the courtroom, so hopefully we'll get that in the next coming months. So
Nice.
thank you all for
no,
that.
thank you for doing that. All right. As far as our economic development, I don't see anybody here on that. Legal report?
I have distributed to you guys proposals for invitation for quotes and a public notice for the new Type 3 ambulance. Before we send that out, I want to make sure everybody's comfortable with it.
Did you hear back from Jane?
Murray said he was okay.
Okay, so
Okay, so I'll ask a motion.
I'll make a motion that we.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second it?
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Okay, we will get those notices out, and I'll also encourage them to solicit, make sure the right people are bidding to get sufficient ones. We had talked last time about some lead economic development organization issues, but I gather that RJL may be doing some additional legwork, so we had that resolution last time about the Lido. Are you wanting to wait till Jonathan comes back, or?
That's what I would prefer, is for him to come back to a little bit more guidance. with
Okay.
So you spoke with him, but you need further clarification?
Yes. I just want to make sure that if we move forward with this, that all the ducks are in a row and it's clean swoop. If not, well, let's go back and talk about this again. Let's just get it done the first time and get it right.
Right now, the way that it's done is the commissioners are over the economic development of the county. So we're looking for board and
Yeah. And I don't know if it words in Mac's mouth,
bylaws.
but I think maybe he's interested in making sure he understands and is comfortable with the board appointment to that new nonprofit. But as I gather, there's universal agreement to create a new nonprofit that RJL would still help lead and be a part of, but would allow for greater community buy-in, so to speak. As well as frankly, raising money through a nonprofit like that is helpful. Okay, we have talked for quite some time about the county employee handbook. You guys have circulated the red line several times. I don't know if there was any further,
I'm very comfortable with it. I will ask for a motion to approve the handbook.
I'll make a motion, we approve the handbook.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
what I will do is distribute the copies of that. I don't think you want to get in a scenario where you are changing this every meeting, but I think to underscore Jim's earlier point, this is a living document, and so it does not stop additional changes down the road to the extent folks feel that's appropriate. Okay, I think right now that's it for me.
Did you happen to do the letter for the fire training center so we can,
Oh, I didn't bring that with me. I will follow up with you.
because we were wanting to get those bids.
Yes, the short answer is.
I want to put the bids out for tomorrow, but I
Okay.
need a letter that states, we're able to proceed, that will go to Finch Newton Water. We're waiting on the council to appropriate the funds, hopefully this evening gets
Okay.
that done.
Yeah, I will get that to you ASAP.
Is that something that'll need to be
No,
approved?
you can just, it's just a letter. If you can direct me to draft it, that's all, that'll be sufficient.
Okay, I'm asking you to draft a letter so we
Okay.
can proceed.
All right, anything else, Josh?
Nope.
Thank you very much. Okay, I have a change in meeting time here, or a meeting date for the next,
Yes. I am asking that we move the February 4th meeting to February the 7th at 8 a.m., which is a Friday. There's a conference that causes me not to be here.
8 a.m. on the 7th?
8 a.m. on the 7th.
Second.
we have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right, any more old business?
Melissa, I know you and I had talked about this, I don't know if this is old business or new business, but contracts from all the organizations that are nonprofits, like example, the Spencer County Council on Aging, Ride Solution.
Oh, yeah, we just need to follow up on that. I'll send it some, we'll work on it. I just
Okay.
haven't had time, but I'll get on it.
All right. Now, as far as new business goes, I know we're gonna address some phone things here.
Yes.
I guess I'll turn that over to you, Melissa, or to Mac. I know Mac's been big in it, and you've been big in it, so explain what we're working on here.
So I guess historically, a phone rings in the courthouse and then it gets passed on to some unlucky person, and for a long time it's been the auditor. Don't know who had it before that, and so we've got a quote from Midwest Telecom, which basically is going to be a call center. So somebody's going to call the courthouse and it's going to direct them. Press 1 if you want to reach the clerk. Press 2 if you need to reach the court. 3, treasurer, so on and so forth. And so that frees up unnecessary time for somebody to sit there and answer the phone, and then somebody might not know exactly who they're looking for. And then they get passed around 3 times, and then when they get to the final destination, they're pissed because they've gone 20 minutes and haven't got to the right person. So this frees up a lot of it. And our auditor's very busy to begin with, and so I think this is a step in the right direction because we are redoing a lot of the phone lines. That's a project that's happening right now, and so when that's complete, each department will have the same type of capability. He called it a county-wide system. So I think it's a step in the right direction and a solution.
I make a motion, we approve the Midwest Telecom Communication Call Center.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? You're good with all that.
Oh, I'm so good with it. Thank you.
Anything else on new? I know you've always got some more on new business.
I don't.
We're good?
I don't have any.
All right.
Well, I got the coroner presentation that they're wanting to give the deputies badges on February the 18th. She's wanting to do it here in the commissioners' room at 2:30 for our February 18th meeting.
All right.
She would like the commissioners to be here to help present those badges.
All right. I will ask for a motion to accept that from our coroner.
Make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? If nothing else, I will ask for a,
I'll make a
Motion
motion
to
to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you all very much.
You too.